The OnePlus 15 has received a lot of hype this year. Its long battery life, premium build quality, and strong performance have made it a favorite among many users. But one area has become the center of criticism: the camera system. A growing number of comparisons between the OnePlus 15 and the older OnePlus 13 have created a wave of backlash, with many saying the new model produces softer and less impressive photos. At first glance, the difference in sharpness is obvious. The OnePlus 13 delivers crisp and heavily detailed shots, especially when looking at telephoto samples taken in daylight. The OnePlus 15, on the other hand, produces softer images that appear less striking. But a closer look tells a deeper story. Much of the extra detail on the OnePlus 13 comes from aggressive artificial sharpening. This is something every smartphone does, but the 13 pushes it further. In indoor scenes, like the example with the 3D cartoon figure, this sharpening helps produce a more eye-catching result. But in other situations, such as outdoor building shots, this sharpening creates pixelated lines and a rough look. It makes the image feel processed, with very deep shadows, high contrast, and even a noticeable green tint that throws off the white balance. By comparison, the OnePlus 15 aims for a more natural style. Its photos are softer but more realistic. Edges look smoother, shadows are more balanced, and the overall result feels believable. Many would even say it looks more aesthetically pleasing because it avoids the over-processed phone camera look. The selfie camera comparison paints a slightly different picture. The OnePlus 13 still comes out ahead in this area. It produces a more pronounced background blur, helping the subject stand out more, even though both phones have the same sensor and aperture. The OnePlus 15 leans heavily toward warm tones in selfies, which seems like a deliberate choice by OnePlus. This warmth can look nice at times, but it isn't always accurate, especially for people who prefer neutral colors. Moving on to the main camera performance during the day, the 13 once again appears sharper, but the detail feels digital rather than optical. The new DetailMax engine inside the OnePlus 15 is clearly using a different approach. When it works, it delivers more balanced photos with better dynamic range, especially in bright areas like the sky. In some scenes, like the one with the light source above the subject, the OnePlus 15 performs significantly better. Shadows are lifted gently, preserving detail and avoiding harsh contrast. The OnePlus 13 struggles in this situation, producing an image that feels too dark and unnatural. Night photography tells yet another story. The OnePlus 15 increases sharpening and haze reduction at night, which helps small light sources stand out more clearly. This style works well when shooting simple subjects, like buildings or signage. In darker scenes, the 15 also captures more detail in the shadows, even though the photos remain softer overall. But this isn't consistent. In a few nighttime samples, the OnePlus 13 handles exposure better, showing that the DetailMax engine still has room for improvement. Ultra, wide, and telephoto night photos continue this pattern. The OnePlus 15 tends to show less haze and deeper blacks, but pushes the warm yellow tones too aggressively, especially on secondary cameras. The result can look overly tinted and unrealistic. The OnePlus 13 often shows more detail in dark areas because it appears to use longer exposure or higher ISO. Still, the 15 shows potential, especially in HDR performance, where it sometimes reveals more information in mixed light scenes. The biggest issue isn't the softness or the color temperature. It's inconsistency. The OnePlus 15 produces excellent results in some scenes but falls short in others. The new image engine clearly has strong capabilities, but it doesn't behave the same way in every situation. The warm tone issue also adds to this inconsistency, working beautifully in some scenes while ruining others. Even with these problems, there's still hope. The new camera engine shows promise, and OnePlus has a strong history of improving its phones after launch through software updates. With enough feedback from users, the company can refine its tuning, balance the white levels, and bring more consistency across all lenses. So the real truth behind the OnePlus 15 camera backlash is simple: the phone isn't suffering because of lower sharpness. It's suffering because the new processing engine is still learning. With the right updates, the OnePlus 15 could easily reach the level fans expect, and possibly even surpass the older model in the long run. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Peace out.